So now that you've got your Gothic windows done, you could either build a totally different custom family for the windows down here to match the AutoCAD file. You could select these and hit a drop down and swap them out for the Gothic window that we just made. But what I want to show you now is how to work with this window and make it look a little bit more like that window. Almost like maybe these were the original windows, and then in a renovation they had to replace the old windows with new ones, and they needed to try to figure out, how to make them look similar. So what I want to do is go ahead and select on this window, and we'll hit edit type. Now, there's a couple of things that we can change here. The first is we can change the exterior frame material. And you can see here that because that travertine material came in with the first family, the Gothic window family, it's now in our materials library. So we can hit OK. And now you can see that the window casing and things like that has gone to travertine. Let's go ahead and change the frame material. Let's hit edit type, and let's do the exterior trim material here. We'll change that to travertine. And then actually, because of that frame material, to make it look a little bit more realistic, let's go ahead and see if we can change it to our tracery finish. Okay, so now you've got a similar, it's a little bit heavier, you can see here, really simple switch. Now, let me show you one more thing, just because experimenting and seeing how materials libraries work is so much fun. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to bring that tracery finish back down to travertine, just again because it looks a little bit too heavy. It's really fun and easy to go kind of back and forth with these things. And let's just say I just wanted these interior muntins, which is sort of the modern way that we refer to tracery as. Let's say I just want these interior muntins to be that tracery stained wood. I'm going to go ahead and open this family, and I'm going to grab these right here. And you can see here they don't have the ability to change. See, if I click right here, it's not going to let me hit a drop down and select these as tracery, but I can do it a different way. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab them all right here, just like we did before, but I'm going to add a parameter, and I'm going to call this parameter Muntin Stain, so that it looks like tracery. Okay, I'm going to store this parameter down under the material tags, and I'm going to hit OK. All right, and you can see it's right there. Now, you can see here I can assign the finish to be tracery, and then I can hit apply and OK. But if I load it into the project, nothing's going to change. Look. It should still look like travertine. Ah, okay, good. All right, so now that's because nothing has, the parameter that I assigned has not been associated. Let's go back into the family. And I'm going to grab these. And now look what I do over here. I hit this equal button. And I'm going to associate what I've grabbed here, which only gives me the option of white and wooden stain. And I'm going to associate that with the tracery. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. And now, if I load it into the project, look what happens. So now, exactly what happened was Revit, when it created this out-of-the-box family, it had certain parameters and finishes that we were allowed to change. And it only gave us certain options of what finishes we were allowed to change them to. But I was able to introduce a new finish to this family by bringing it into the project. And then I was then able to associate that finish with the parameters that Revit had already created. So now I have a little bit of control with this out of the box family, right? And now there are a couple of little things that we can do to start to make Revit families have a little bit more personality. So now you know how to create a custom family with extrusions and sweeps. You know how to change the finish of those various commands within the family itself by creating new materials there. And now you've seen how to apply those finishes to families that are in Revit in the actual project and apply them to the out-of-the-box finishes. So, and families. So that's pretty neat. And now our building is starting to look a little bit more like the CAD version that we brought in, except of course, we could certainly take some more time and model those custom windows if we wanted to. But for now, they look pretty good.